Today, we're gonna be breathing air in the name of science. I know most of you right now watching this are probably breathing air as well, but this air is out of a can. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, today is all about science. And this little can right here, known as Boost Oxygen, I saw at one of my local sporting goods stores, and I thought, let's try to breathe with this underwater.
Send it to the freaking moon, idiot.
Can you guys hear that? There's air coming out of here. Matter of fact, I got absolute ton of these things. All of these right here, even though they're completely light, they feel empty, they are actually full of 95% pure oxygen. All of this right here costs your boy about $200, which is insane considering I'm breathing right now for absolutely free. On the bottle, it gives us instructions for use. Number 1, place mask under the nose and over the mouth. Number 2, press the trigger to activate flow. And number 3, breathe deeply through the mouth. So if you're a mouth breather, this is for you. At this point, you're probably asking yourself, what is oxygen in a can actually used for? Great question, kind of thought the same thing. One right here is aerobic performance, which is kind of what we're falling into. Recharge and recover for your muscles to absorb all the oxygen. And lastly, altitude and poor air quality. These are the 3 demonstrations on the can. They don't say don't use this underwater anywhere on the can, I believe, but I don't think they thought anybody was dumb enough to try it. This right here is a scuba tank. It's got a big sticker, it says nitrox on it. Basically, that means this is oxygen enriched air. So this one's actually 32% oxygen. This is more oxygen in the air that we're breathing right now. And this can right here is almost pure oxygen, which is why I wanted to see if we can actually skip the big scuba tanks and all the hassle and go straight to these nice little light cans and be able to just suck air underwater. All right, prepare your brains because it's about to get real factual and I need you guys to try your best to keep up here. When you are breathing air underwater at different depths, certain things happen to your body and how it deals with air molecules. But one thing that is for certain in freediving, which is holding your breath and diving underwater, there's big techniques and advantages that you can use. One of them is breathing with the lower segment of your lungs because you have more alveoli, which are oxygen receptors in the bottom of your lung. Let's try this together. Take a deep breath. If your chest moved, you're wrong. It's all in the stomach. So when you take a deep breath, you're supposed to breathe with your belly and then, and if you do that a lot of times, your body will absorb more oxygen from each breath, therefore oxygen enriching your blood, which then allows you to take a big breath of air, go underwater, holding your breath for longer. So if you guys have ever wondered, Brandon, how the hell are you going at these depths and being able to spear and stay underwater so long? It's all techniques and it's all science.
Yes, science!
All right, now that the science is over, we're gonna move on over to mathematics. Each breath that you're taking right now, you're getting 20% oxygen molecules in the air. So let's just use the number 20, it could be 21, 22. Each breath you take with this, you are getting 4.75 breaths. It's getting my heart rate down, it's oxygen enriching my blood, which then gives my muscles more nutrients and allows me to stay underwater longer without my mammalian dive reflex going. You can fight it, but you shouldn't because that's your body's way of saying, hey buddy, we're gonna pass out. So go to the surface. Look, I'm not trying to go all Bill Nye underwater guy on you with all these scientific facts, but also it's kind of cool because all of this stuff I've been doing and having to deal with all these things scientifically underwater, I've never really broke it down to you. So if this is the first time you're hearing about any of this, I don't know, it's kind of cool to learn. Either way, you might be asking, how in the hell are we actually going to use this experiment? We are going to be going out spearfishing and seeing if we can oxygen enrich our blood enough to dive, stay underwater longer, and honestly, it could have major results. Or it could just be a complete gimmick. I'm totally open to it being a complete gimmick because the cans are just, they're very light. When you breathe it, it feels like nothing's happening. So we're gonna be breaking up this into 2 experiments. Experiment number 1 is going to be breathing on the surface before we drop down and try to spear. I normally have to be face down in the water, breathing out of my snorkel and just really calming my body down. With this, I should be able to just take a bunch of big breaths and do my routine above the water, and when I hop in, my blood should be so oxygenated, 5 times more oxygenated in fact, that I can just go into the water and dive and have long breath holds. Experiment number 2 is based off the theory of scuba diving emergencies. If you guys didn't know, you can take your scuba tank, dunk it in the water, and when you open the valve to let air out, you can actually put your mouth close to the valve, and you're actually able to breathe off of this underwater. It's kind of like drinking out of a water fountain with your mouth open and also breathing. You can breathe, you can stay alive with this on free flow. The stream is not amazing, but unlike this scuba tank, it does have a nice fitting for your mouth. I'm thinking if we get up on there, we make a good seal, we might be able to keep it free flowing and just breathe. And kids, adults, do not try this at home. I'm gonna be with one of my good buddies that I trust, that is my free dive partner. So I'm gonna be in a controlled environment for this experiment. Just leave the dumb science experiment stuff up to me. I am in my jet boat and we're gonna go out to big water. It's a little crazy out there. And so Captain Schlabbalabba, we're gonna go on his boat. So just, yeah, follow him on Instagram. Maybe today's video is sponsored by his boat. So thank you, Captain Schlabbalabba. Test number 1 begins now, which will be oxygen enriching our blood on the surface of the water. Basically, when I'm underwater, I won't be able to breathe air, and my body is going to use all of the oxygen that it has stored up, and then that is when my body is gonna say, hey Brandon, you need to breathe, and I'll feel like I need to come to the surface. If you've ever held your breath in the pool, and you're like getting the urge to breathe, same situation. So, I'm gonna crack the seal on this, take a bunch of nice deep breaths, oxygenate my blood, enrich it really well with this, dive into the water, and the theory is the more oxygen I have in my bloodstream, the longer I can stay down because my body will have ample resources to pull from before it tells me, hey, we ran out of oxygen, we need to bounce up. You know, the fact that there's no warning labels on this is sketch. Ready? It feels weird. I'm gonna be honest, I feel no different. I feel absolutely no different at all. I don't feel lightheaded. I feel a little tingly, but I think it's just me thinking about it. But it is kind of cool. Inside of this, there is a little apparatus in there. There's very directed pressure right in the center, so it just hits you in the back of the throat. We're gonna take a few more deep breaths of this, then put our goggles on, hop right in, see what happens with the breath hold. Gotta let me do my science. Feel like I'm getting ripped off, but not even gonna lie, I'm oxygenated as hell right now. When I was in Hawaii, Ryan Myers taught me, you go down, you wait, the fish will come to you. They get curious. Hey, is this thing trying to eat me? Or hey, is this thing making food? Basically meaning like I'm stirring stuff up, I'm eating stuff, and then they can come get the scraps. It's the first time I've been able to do it with gag grouper. I got him through the face. He was just sitting there staring at me. It's the first time I ever did that. And that was what my trip to Hawaii was all about. Can you go over there to us a little bit? The swim back sucked.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Slime 5, cuz. Jiggin. This is the biggest grouper I pulled out as soon as I saw him. Come towards me, stay away from this. No, I moved as soon as I saw him because I was running out of breath. I didn't want to push him. Dad need help with him though. Shark. Diamond Jared gonna fish out. Go, he's behind you. Jay got it. Drop the fish. Drop the fish. Drop the fish. He's on you. Drop it. Drop it. I'm telling you, bro. You need to drop it. Right here. This isn't the biggest one. Yeah, you should get out. He was on my fins. Well, he wasn't even that big. No, he wasn't. I honestly don't think he was the same fish. I'm telling you right now, he was glowing back there, looked like a gag. But I saw this one when I had to go under the ledge and he was there. Like I had to go under the small one and he was under the rainbow.
No, we haven't.
That was
Brandon did the worst thing you could possibly do as a dive buddy, and he got out of the water and left me there with the fish.
You did the absolute worst. I said, shark, let's bounce.
Just be calm.
I was pinned on the top, okay? Had a shark right here.
If anyone's in danger, it's
right
me. I have the
here.
fish.
I said
The
let
shark
it go!
doesn't want
Let
you.
the shark go!
He shoots away his only weapon.
No.
So it's 20 feet away from him. So Brandon basically left me down there with with his fish
I think,
and with the shark, and I had to
You know,
fend for myself.
I think I have video documentation of me saying, hey, let the fish go.
No.
Let it go. Shark's on your ass. Let the fish go. All right, we are double gagged up. I don't know if it was just a good spot, good spearing, or the fact that I was, oh, wow, this can's almost out. I was huffing the oxygen. So either way, I am limited out. You're only allowed 2 grouper per person. So J-Gad's got to knock his out. I will say there's a difference. I've been using the can, J-Gad has not. So maybe there's an advantage. I don't really know. It's kind of hard to guess. But either way, we're moving on to phase number 2. I'm completely done with grouper. I'm limited out. This is the most I can have. So I am on sheep duty mission. But we got to move to spot number 2. And when we get there, I will tell you about experiment number 2, which is probably going to be the coolest one. Experiment number 2 is a really cool one. What we are going to be doing is we are now going to be breathing underwater, or at least attempting to. So this is not like scuba diving, because we're not going to just be breathing off the bottle the entire time. What we are going to do is just try to take what I'm gonna call sips of air. So the mouth, it does make a pretty clean contact right here. If you guys didn't know, when you are scuba diving, you can actually have just the scuba tank and turn the scuba tank on and keep your mouth kind of close to it. You can actually breathe from a scuba tank.
Here, baby.
You got one?
No.
All right, do your thing, bro. Get it. Back to the point. I'm gonna be sealed up like this, trying to take some sips of air. Now, the fact that it does shoot in such a direct stream like we talked about earlier makes me think I'll be able to sip air like that. Experiment number 2 has kind of 2 phases. 1, can you breathe underwater? And 2, if you can breathe underwater, can you take small sips and it be like a full breath? Because basically the nutrients of oxygen is there. This is a warning, do not try this at home. What we are about to do, you could suffer what's called lung expansion. Every time anything goes underwater, it becomes compressed. Even the molecules in air, believe it or not. Gotta be careful, but let's do it. Spared it. Number 2 is not going too well.
Jared.
Once you filter out the salt water, it's like I'm like, it doesn't work that well. Experiment number 2 might not be a winner. This is what's happening right here. So it's bubbling, but it's kind of like squirting water at me like that until it clears it. Dude, this is so gnarly trying to breathe this. Experiment number 2 is no good. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Dude, how sick was that? Hey, I'm just saying, I know we're past experiment number 1, but I'm low-key thinking it works just because I'm stoked right now.
Good job, man.
Yo, cheers! Hey, get rid of that cramp, dog. Here, catch this. Oh no! I get it! Get some! Is that how dumb I look? Woo!
One more.
Yeah.
At least one more legal one down there. So.
There was.
Shoo! Let's go,
hey,
baby.
hey, that was my cracked shaft, dude. Look at how bent that
Dude,
thing
that thing
is.
is on its last leg.
I got to help J-Gab with that one. It was really all him. I just honestly just threw another shaft in it. But I don't know. I felt super hyped that time, and I took one big breath before I went in. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm all over the place. Maybe I'm just excited. I don't know. Hi. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's been a long time. Everything you just saw was filmed in like December. It's March 11th. Welcome to the future. Yeah, the air can video, it was great, and I don't know what took me so long, other than the fact that obviously I haven't filmed an outro. So, thoughts on the air can. I have had a lot on my plate for the past 2.5, 3, 4 weeks now. I got a TV show. We're doing a TV show. It's gonna be on the Weather Channel. It's gonna be out this year, and it's basically me treasure hunting all around the US. It's really cool. Anyway, it's a lot of exciting stuff, so that's why a video like this is kind of taking a back seat. Long story short, I would give you an accurate post-dive review, but it's been months. From what I remember of the air can, it felt kind of weird, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. All the cans, when you're breathing out of them, they're so light. It's no different than just taking a regular breath of air. Can you breathe underwater with it? Absolutely not. And you definitely should not try it. I wanna preface that, like, do not try this. This is not to be done. Breathing molecules and compressing air underwater is like extremely dangerous, so don't do that. Do I think that you can oxygen enrich your blood and stay down longer? Scientifically, I do think that's the case. I really do. It's hard for me to stray away from that fact. However, did I notice a difference? Not really, but in theory, I do think you can oxygen enrich your blood on surface and then go for a nice longer dive. Either way, I think for science, it's interesting. It's kind of cool. I still have a hard time realizing like exactly what it's for, but it's definitely not for underwater use. I really wish I could give you a proper recap. It's just been months and I normally don't do that. Okay, well, that's it. I love you all. I will catch you on the next adventure. If you want like real-time updates of what's going on with the show or maybe some more information, then just follow me on Instagram. It's gonna be linked in the description below. We also have Coast Guard boat reveal coming soon. Boat is completely done. We got this guy back, but it's not wrapped. I mean, it's all black. It looks like Murdered Out and Super Gangster. And of course, we've got Tristan's sassy scooter, but this was supposed to get wrapped and then it was left outside and I don't know, I just went and picked it up. Either way, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Wow, I'm really out of breath. I gotta start working out. All right, I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.